more webinar sessions after tonight. So hopefully you've started the year raring to go and are excited with some professional digital goals that you've set up, and that tonight's short session will help give you some insights from two schools that are going to share what their focus was when they were looking at student digital competence, one of the SELFIE categories. So my name, if you haven't seen me in one of the previous webinars, is Joanna McLean, and I'm one of the team members at Digital Schools Awards. And I'm joined tonight with Aoife and Anna, who are going to be helping in the background. So if anybody has any questions about anything to do with SELFIE or anything that the ladies bring up in their presentations, please just put it down in the chat. These sessions are very succinct by nature, so we don't have a lot of time for questions and answers, but if you do put things in the chat, we'll be able to get back to you. And as you know, one of our goals at Digital Academy is really to encourage the collaboration and allow you to share ideas and resources. So if you do have anything that you want to share or help, or you feel that you could help with any of the webinars that are coming up, please let us know. It'd be a great way of helping motivate and inspire other schools. So I'm going to share with you the list of, see, is it coming through yet?
It's coming up now.
Yeah, great. So I'm just going to click through. So you'll see, as I mentioned, we've got 2 sessions left after this evening. So we've really covered all of the SELFIE categories. And tonight is the last one, which is on student digital competence. And the next 2 sessions will be on remote learning and on STEAM learning in February. And although it's the last of the SELFIE categories, in my opinion, it is one of the most important, because at the end of the day, it's all about the learner. We can have the best policies and strategies in place with the best training, equipment and infrastructure. But if it isn't impacting learners, then you really have to question what it's all about. So today we're going to hear from 2 amazing schools. Firstly, we'll have Maya from the Secondary School of Economics and Grammar in Slovenia. And we also have Katarina from the First Grammar School in Serbia. And both schools have won an array of badges for each of the SELFIE categories, so they're experts, so to speak. And although they were awarded last year, they both agreed to be mentor schools this year, and they're delighted to share their learning and teaching digital journey with you. So I hope you find tonight inspiring and useful. And again, any questions, please just drop them in the chat. We'll try to keep this to 30 minutes so that you can get home after a hard day's work. So let's get started. I think if we start, I'll stop sharing my screen, Maya, and if you want to go first.
Thank you. I think you can hear me now, and I hope you can see everything like I should be. So, very welcome. I'm from Maribor, and this is how it looks like right now. You see on the other side, there's a vineyard going down to the city, and on the other side, you can ski. And we already established that with Kragujevac, we have a lot in common because we lived in the same country, and also we were twin cities. But what have we in common with Ireland? We have a Guinness Book of Records, because in Maribor there is a 450 years, the oldest wine tree in the world. And now from this opening speech, you probably know that I'm a history and geography teacher. I'm not an ICT expert. And we are very proud that we are a digital school, and you see this is a print screen of our web page, and we proudly represent our achievements on the top of it. So we are relatively small school, 450 students, 50 plus teachers, and maybe it's worth to say that last school year, the average year of our teachers were 54 years. That's quite a lot, but we have 7 computer rooms, and we rely a lot of the bring your own device. So we started in introducing ICT in 2002 with Moodle, but the problem was we didn't really know what we are going to do with it, but it was nice. We learned a lot. What are our goals? Not very, they were not very clear, but the most important thing was that we established and developed our professional learning community on different levels. We were all very curious. Some of us were afraid of new technologies, but some of us were very confident, and we were learning in different speed, and we were learning from each other. Of course, we made a lot of mistakes. I think the saying is to put a carriage in front of the horse, but the main problem was, I think, we didn't focus on the students, but we focus on teachers and the technology, and we try to improve that. I would say we improved that a lot. 2008 was very important year from us, because the concept of the competencies were introduced in our curricula, and the problem was that we weren't quite sure what this is, what to do with it, and there's a lot of different competencies. And on the other side, you see, this is my Padlet from 2016. There's a lot of different apps. And I think sometimes we even try to stretch our teaching to those apps instead of the needs of the students. But I think this is a normal period of learning also for teachers, because the teachers are also learners. And I think this is a very important lesson. But we were lucky that we get this project, e-schooling in Slovenia, and we were starting to deal with digital didactics, and this helped us a lot. So the way we see the competencies at our school is that they are the bridge between the academic orientation of the school or educational system in general and the real life, the fast changes that are happening on the other side of our students' life. Our students are 15 to 19 years old. They are with us for 4 years. And why are those digital competencies especially important? Because you see, in the European Union, 28% adults with children only have basic digital competencies and 8% have none. So it is on the school to try to skip the gap, to build the bridge across it. And also in Slovenia, we don't have any subjects in primary school, no computer science, no informatics in primary school. And we are very proud that in DESI Index 2022, we were better than the EU average, but not on this blue part here. And this blue part is human capital. So this is the task for our teachers, for our school, to help to develop our students, their digital competencies. So the first thing we have to know, where are we? We started with different homemade questionnaires like, can you help your grandma to connect her printer? Do you know what the BCC is when you're sending an email? Do you know what the CC BY is? Do you know why you shouldn't use capital letters when you are writing an email or something like this? And we thought we are doing very well, but our Mentep our SELFIE questionnaire, here you see this mean digital competence of students. The students assessed this much lower than the teachers, and the teachers were lower than the principal. So we overrated ourselves and also our students. So this was the clear sign that we need to do something about it. So what did we do? We opened the frameworks, the one for the citizens, this is for the students and for the teachers. But the other one, digital competence for educators, is also very important. And also the sixth chapter of it, that goes about how to support students in developing their competencies. The first thing we have to clear in our mind is, does a teacher must have more developed digital competencies than the students? This is quite problematic for some teachers because it is very important to gain confidence on this matter. And the answer is actually no. Some of my students know how to write codes and something, but I don't. But I can support them on the other digital competencies. So what is important is that we face the thing that we can learn from each other. Students from teachers, teachers from students, students from students, and also teachers from teachers. And the time that we are settling this, I think this is the time when we can proceed and improve. So where do we want to be? We always write it in our annual work plan. This is the school Bible, we could say it. We all agree on it in September, all the teachers and everything. And this is written on the level of the school. So which competencies are we going to focus on this year? The next step is the implementation curriculum, we call it. This is done on the level of each class. And our duty is to create learning opportunities for students, because you cannot preach the competencies. It is learning by doing if you want to develop your competencies. And then in the end of the year and even before, you can reflect and go back to the first stage. So like I said, in our annual work plan, we decide that from this year, we are focusing on information and data literacy, collaborating to digital technologies, copyright and licenses, and identifying needs and technological responses. And then it is very important that all the teachers that are teaching in our class are on the same page, and that we agree who is going to do what. So the questions we are getting is, where and when are students going to get a chance to learn, to get knowledge? And then where and how are students going to get opportunities to develop their attitudes? I cannot preach this. And then when and how many times are students going to get the chance to develop their skill? To what extent? We know that the framework is having 8 levels, but where we want our students to be? What are their needs on different opportunities? So when we answer these questions, this is where we can efficiently help our students to develop their competencies. I mean, if I can just illustrate this, if we said that one of our goals are to develop competencies on copyright and licenses, we have in the first year, so students are 15, one whole day for this topic. So our students get knowledge on how to use references in when they're writing something, where to find pictures, how can they create references, and what is important, which pictures they can use and which they cannot. So they got the knowledge, but then knowledge is to forget about it, right? So they have to get opportunities to practice these skills, and all the teachers are moving in the same directions and creating these opportunities for them. And also we are very aware that this attitude, our teacher's attitude, is very important. So all my PowerPoints and everything should be labeled with the references and authors of the pictures and everything else, so that we set a good example. And if teacher from each subject creates this learning opportunity at least once or twice a month, then the students have this once or twice a month opportunity to practice their skill on this matter, on this competence. So this is how we are, and the teachers have to agree for each class who is going to do what and when, not only in December and not only in July. So what is very important lesson here is that learning is not a sport for spectators. This is one of my favorite things. So sayings. So the teachers are responsible for creating learning opportunities for our students. And also this is an opportunity, maybe this is a better word than that, developing learning opportunities for students means also that we made a shift from the teacher and the content-centered lessons to the student-centered lessons. Because if I, as a teacher, use technology, no one is developing any digital skills. And when the teachers are cleared with this in our minds, then everything works much better. So this is really the push or the opportunity, whichever word you prefer, to get in the right direction. So, of course, we are looking for this modification or redefinition. And whenever you use technology, we're always asking, who is using it, student or teacher? If it is only
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Maya, I've not heard you for the last few seconds. I can see you're speaking there.
I think it accidentally might have gone on mute there.
Maya, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear
there,
you.
You're back.
Okay, yeah, okay.
You're back.
So you lost me here?
Yes.
Okay.
Just a few seconds ago.
Yes, okay. So these are very important questions, and we helped ourselves with this summer model, and we are trying to be at least here with the modification to change our lessons and help students with developing their competencies. This is actually my last slide. The most important thing is the developing of professional learning community. Why is the professional in the brackets? Because we are also creating a learning community with students, not just among teachers. And we find out that when we are talking about learning community among teachers, it is very important we have every Thursday clear hour in our schedule that we can meet, not obligatory always for all the teachers, but it depends on their needs, on their goals, peer-to-peer support, not just from the ICT expert, but also from teacher to teacher. And also the most important thing is that on this meeting, we are discussing teaching and learning and not the problems and not where to click and just talk about technology. So whatever you do, please don't use technology this way. New technology on the old way. So I think it is very important for us to teach, to really create a transformation in teaching and learning, not just to use the technology, because this is the only way that we can support our students in developing their competencies.
Maya, thank you so much for sharing that. That was fantastic. And I completely agree. Having that framework that you developed right at the beginning to really help educators identify who's doing what, where, and just give that framework for development of skills with students is fantastic. And making sure that they get opportunities to practice what they're being shown and taught and developed is so important. I remember that great phrase is that you forget 90% of what you've heard after 3 days if you don't actually use it or apply it in another situation. So really important. And I love that idea at the end, that professional learning communities, but with learners. I know we used to try and do that in my school, and we had something similar to the Apple Genius Desk. And it really allowed the learners to help other learners or teachers with any problems they had. But it then highlighted what areas needed development and what areas needed some improvement and work, and where people were struggling the most. So it was great at being able to get that gap analysis as to what do we think they know and what do they actually know and need help with. So thank you so much for sharing that. Katerina, are you able to share your screen and tell us about your journey? Thank you so much.
You see my presentation?
Yes, fantastic.
Okay. Okay, I'm from First Grammar School. This is the oldest school in Serbia. This year, we are turning 119 years old. The school had about 1,500 students and about 100 teachers. The age of students are from 12 to 19. So I will talk about students' digital competency. And nowadays, students use technology a lot, more than teachers and parents, but they're using an understanding of technology is incomplete because their digital literacy is not at the high level required in today's digital society. They think they are experts, but when they need to understand valid information or to identify valid information, and they think they are an expert when they need to solve some security problems on the internet or to use digital devices on the right way. They do not know how to use technology in appropriate manner. So the main problem, we'll try to solve it, is how to efficiently students can use technology for learning to increase their digital learning skills. And my team of students, you can see on the picture on the right side, which me try to create an open digitally educational content in which can increase digital literacy of primary and secondary school students. We participate in digitally challenge contents, which main goal is to create an open digital educational content, and we won first prize, sorry. And the main, more precisely, we create, as a team, we create an application transforming and adapting the accredited ICT literacy curricula into the virtual world using Minecraft in a form of an escape room. What is an escape room? An escape room is a game that is set in a specific room, arranged to follow the theme of the room. And the main goal is to find hidden clues and solve some puzzles which lead to the room exit, but in the time limit. The use of Minecraft is in a teaching process has proven to be a strong means for developing the necessary skills for the 21st century. So, as Minecraft as an environment is today the most used in educational world, we decided to use Minecraft to transform and adapt mandatory teaching material about internet and searching the internet and safety on the internet, reliability of the information on the internet and copyrights license, online identity, safe use of digital devices, email, and work with the sharing documents and open data. We use this topic to transform them into digital form in a form of virtual room. And in the next slide, we have 7 rooms, and each room talk about some topics you can see on this slide. Room 1 is talk about internet. Room 1, learners can learn about internet and search the internet. Room 2, reliability of information on the internet and copyright licensing. Online identities. Room 3, room 4 is safety on the internet. Room 5 is safe use of digital devices. Room 6, email and working with the shared documents, and room 7 is about open data. These are topics from the mandatory teaching material and the subject called computer science we teach in primary schools. And this slide I will try to play a video. You can see how it's look like our escape room. One room presents, you can see on the previous slide, we have 7 rooms. One room presents one topics of a teaching material, and each room is designed to look like the topic or theme students will learn about it. For example, we have one room called Online Identity, and this room look like a fashion runway. This room is about, you can see, it's about readability of information, and it's look like a library. Second room is a room about online identity. It look like a fashion runway. In this room, the player is under the lights of fashion runway. Now you can see this room. The player is under the lights of fashion runway and exposed to all the possible danger situation on the internet, which can happen if he or she does not pay attention about safety on the internet. So the main goal was to create a virtual world in which students and teachers will be immersed in the teaching process by solving a real-life situation. Each room had some clues, some characters, and in which they can learn about every possible thing about internet, searching the internet, safety use of digital devices. We put some boards to help them to learn more about some topics. Also, we have, I will show you, I will stop this movie just here. What is very interesting in this escape room, we have at the end of each room, we have students self-evaluate their knowledge about the concept and the situation they found themselves in by choosing, you can see matching color of the cube. Each color of the cube defines one level of achievement, and I will now read what they mean. Red bricks, this is confusing. I have been learning something like this for the first time. It is hard for me to understand it all, even with the help of the teacher. Blue brick, I am putting an effort into learning. I am on a good way to understand the content, but I still need some help. I'm trying, but I still make many mistakes. Yellow brick, I understand. I'm understanding the content. I can do the assignments on my own. Sometimes I mess it up. I think I can help others. And the final, the expert, green brick, I am an expert. I can do all the assignments quickly, almost without a single mistake. I can easily explain the content to others. So we have this for each room. And what is important for this, why we created this, because we think that in Serbia, students in primary and secondary school have low level of digital literacy. For example, because I'm a teacher of computer science, they do not know how to react when inappropriate content appears on the screen or meet strangers on the internet. They do not know how to deal with a lot of information from the internet and how to validate that information. First of all, they do not know how to transform that information into the knowledge. Because of all of that, with my students, we thought that it's very important to create a virtual education package called Escape Room, in which we transform a teaching topic into the form that is understandable for today's generation. This concept is unique because first time we try one part of the mandatory subject called computer science to transform into one open digital learning content content. Second, this learning package can be used more than once and in the safe environment. And third, but the most important, was students' involvement. They were designers, validators, and testers of an escape room. This methodology can be used. This methodology to design digital learning content can be used and can be replicated to other subjects. Methodology is very easy. We need to prepare, as a teacher, we need to prepare a material, make analysis of the curricula for teaching subject. We need to design and write scenario for each topics of the subject, but the students are designers and they are creating virtual rooms with characters, boards, and other elements in Minecraft. They also test testers. They test each element in the game. We are together make correction of an error we observed, and finally all of us, teachers and students, use open digital learning content in the classroom. So to do all of that as a teacher, you need to be creative, to adapt content into the digital form, to be open to use technology in a different, inconvenient way. You need also Minecraft license, and you need to recognize students who wants to work with you. So on last slide, you can download our escape room. You can use QR code to download the escape room, and you can play it and learn about digital literacy. So I think I'm faster than Maya.
Katerina, that was so interesting. I loved hearing about the escape room, and it's such an engaging way for learners to then pick up that knowledge rather than sitting in the classroom and being talked to and not really having the sort of gamification of it.
Yes.
It was so good. I loved it, and your contact details were there, and I'm sure anybody that's watching this video in due course, if you want to get in touch with Katerina or Maya, they'll be happy to help you with any of the questions. I don't think we had any questions tonight, so I think everybody was just so engaged and excited by the presentations. So we've got 2 presentations left after this evening. I think the next one is the 7th of February, which is the remote learning. So please get signed up for that. Aoife will share the link for the meeting in due course, but we've got 2 sessions left. If anybody thinks that they can help with that or have any questions or anything you want answered during those sessions, please just let us know. I'm conscious I don't want to keep you too much later. We're a few minutes over. Again, a huge thank you to Katerina and Maya. That was fantastic. I loved hearing about what's happening in your schools. So have a great evening, everybody, and see you in 2 weeks. Take care. Bye.
Bye.